still dem talk say make we no talk, but thank God say Maiyegun don come. So my people make you let go, yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo.
Oh, Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Hello there. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from or joining me from this moment. So this is Maiyegun live. I want you to know something just before we move fully into this conversation tonight, that Nigeria is the world capital of jobless people. Officially, 33 million are currently jobless. These are those recorded who have jobs that you can point at, yeah? It is also statistically proven that there are those who also fall into the category of underemployed. This one makes the largest foundation of how Nigeria became the capital of jobless people in the whole world. They put the figure around 90 million. Those who pretend to have job, is either they don't get paid anytime soon, or even when they get paid, it's pretty much like not different from people who don't have job, something you can call a handout. Imagine working and you are earning 10,000 naira a month, 15,000 naira a month. In Nigeria, in Buhari's Nigeria, don't consider yourself as employed. I don't even think you should consider yourself as underemployed. If you know anybody who is in this category, if you have anybody you are paying 10,000 naira, 15,000 naira, and you think you have created a job, thank you for doing your part, right? The person falls in the category of underemployed people. Now, put all these figures together. Out of 200 million people, the country has at least a population of 127 million that are living in abject poverty. Add the 33 million who had jobs, have lost the jobs now. They are now in the labor market. So put that country in that context, and then you realize how they came by as apart from being the poverty capital of the world, right? It is also the capital of jobless people in the world. And who brought this unemployment? Who brought this poverty? Who brought this destruction? Who brought all of this calamity, including the balkanization of Nigeria that is now ongoing, by the way? Who brought all of this? His Majesty, Prince King Buhari, Prince King or King Prince, whatever, because it doesn't really matter anyway. King Muhammadu Buhari. Muhammadu Buhari, who told you that they were coming to fight poverty. In 6 years, he has created more poor people. He has created a ruined economy. He has created unsafe country. And he has turned his own citizens to refugees in the country and outside the country. The refugees that nobody cares for. In 6 years, those of you who had jobs in 2014, 2015, within 6 years, Buhari officially turned all of you jobless. I mean, well, maybe not all of you. I'm using the figure now. From 30 million unemployed to 33 to 35 million unemployed, that is 22 million of you. That's a massive number. 22 million who had jobs in 2014, 2015, when Buhari was jobless. When Buhari was jobless, the criminals who brought about this calamity, they decided to give him the #1 job in Nigeria, and 22 million of you became jobless after that. Buhari will not get job. they collect pension. About 15, 20 million every month. Pension. They decided to make him your president, and 22 million of you became jobless. The 13 million that were jobless, they were told that they will be working in different high-flying companies by the Oshunbade, Ikene Shatabandu, the motivational speaker, who is now the special advisor to Buhari, his own master, on condolences visits or condolences and burial matters. It was Oshunbade who told you that all you needed was to bring all past criminals to government. Do you understand? And the moment they came in, 22 million of you joined the other brothers who they told they would get job. And now over 35 million of you are jobless officially. And then look at the other numbers. They have run out of all ideas. They are not even giving up. That's where the problem is. You need to understand how they came by, how this whole calamity came by, and why. They have made the army of those that should normally change Nigeria. But I know why they won't. You and I know why they won't. And we will not use a blanket statement in addressing them in this regard, right? If 33 or 35 million, officially, those ones are those who had jobs. So if 35 million of those who have become jobless in Nigeria today, if they decide that enough, we are done, or maybe if they realize that they are done for, the effort of looking for another job, the idea of oh well, if one job, if one door close, another one will open. Baba, that another door they are putting into your head, they have stolen the door. In fact, if you look at it, there is no door again. And this is what they have done. This whole thing didn't happen because you are a sinner. If you are watching me from Nigeria, it is not because you are a sinner. It's not because you didn't know how to praise God or worship God or be obedient and at least stay legit. No, it's not because of that. No, it is not because of any village people after you. No, it's not. That is part of why the religion aspect of where they are putting the bondage on people, we will continue to talk about it. And it's working. Let me tell you something. Everything we are doing is working. People are reading. They are doing every day. Nigeria's situation is making people research more on why is their situation like this. They are beginning to understand that it has nothing to do with God. It's just that we haven't reached the number yet. But we are going to reach the number. We are going to reach the number of those who will no longer believe. And maybe if those who are going to watch my video tonight, who have been praying that, hey, God, they are going to the mountains. They are doing everything, religiously for God favor. It is Nigeria that turned you. And you know one thing Nigeria will do to you? Even that God, that faith you have, Nigeria will make you question it. You know why? Nigeria has been destroyed so bad that even politicians are telling people to look up to God for good road, for good hospitals, for them to be able to pay the salaries of the people, for them to jumpstart the economy that will create jobs on its own, to create electricity and be able to refine Nigeria crude oil in Nigeria so that they can spend naira instead of, it's a shame. All of that, blaming, politicians are now telling people that we need to pray to God. Do you understand? But we are breaking that barrier. You see all this video that you think they are just rant, you have no idea. People are beginning to know that to get good road, they don't need to go and do fasting and prayer. To get electricity or to get good leaders, they don't need to do fasting and prayer. They are beginning to understand that the problem is the system. Do you understand? People are beginning to question the lies told them by their pastors. Because imagine, politicians who said he has a master plan on how to end poverty, how to improve the living standard of the people, how to create jobs. At the end of the day, the same politician will be going to church. He will be sitting in front of the church. Governor, with his cabinet, as they call themselves, they will be sitting in front of the church, in front of the mosque. They will be saying la 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 la. Let us all do la 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 la, because it is Allah that is giving me grace to be your governor. Poverty is increasing, corruption is increasing, but everybody is feeling like, but he's a godly person now. Maybe it's some people, maybe some evil people are making it difficult for him to remember that he promised to build us road. Do you understand? People are beginning to question that now. And if you think what we are doing is not working, that means you are not paying attention. Have you seen what happened in Ibadan and across Yoruba land today? Especially in Ibadan. Do you really think those people who came out today, they needed anybody to give them money to go and rally for Oduduwa Republic? You are not paying attention. And I'm going to make you pay attention so that you will understand that if you haven't been paying attention, right, the people who are listening, they are no longer blaming everything on imaginary God. Yes, they still believe in God. And Nigeria is going to make you question that God. Is Nigeria not making you question God now? Every time they talk, they will say leaders are made by God. Do you know that that's how we were raised? Many of us, we were raised that way, to believe that leadership is given by God. Only the people ordained by God who emerge leader. It doesn't matter who they are. That's the mentality in the religious part. They believe that even if that person is evil, even if that person has committed known crime, right, to them, God can transform him without serving his punishment at all. Then the people will then believe that that criminal who was capable of killing human beings has changed because he is now a deacon, or he is now a laji, or he is building mosques, or he is supporting different harvests in different church, or he is supporting different things that people are feeling like, you may not like him, don't question his past. They won't question the fact that there are thugs paid, armed to rig election for them. There are armed thugs, educated, armed with money to buy the vote. There are also armed and paid people who are propagandists to tell them even what God, if you talk to God, God will say, God, I want you to spare my life. Listen to this. God, I want you to spare my life, the life of my family. I want you to protect my business. I want my life, I don't know how to pray like that much anymore, okay? But you know what I'm talking about, making a request from God and praying. God will say, okay, son. Okay, daughter, okay. I'm praying, God, I'm praying for promotion. I'm working hard at my workplace, and I want you, God, to please bless. You know what I'm talking about? God will say, yeah, okay. But when you begin to say, God, I want you to touch the hearts of our leaders so that they can do what they promised to do. Heavenly Father, I pray unto you, because you said it in Samuel 1, chapter 3 and blah, 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 blah. You said, if we call on you and righteousness, blah, 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 blah. What the hell is that? God, I want you to touch their hearts so that they can construct hospitals. Amen. What's that? God, I want you to touch the heart and the mind of our leaders so that their cold heart can be so loving to the people. What is that? God will just be like, what? Hello? What? God, I want you to provide 24 hours electricity in Nigeria. God, I want you to help us defeat Boko Haram the same way you defeat the Pharaoh, Ogun Pharaoh, inside the Red Sea, and behind the Israel, that stuff, right? God will be like, what? I'm not going to carry harm. I'm not going to just, what are you talking about? So won't you question God when you have prayed? Some people are even seeing signs and wonder. They'll say God has told them. All we needed is to pray hard for good leaders. And people believe that. So politicians study this. They're like, you know what I'm going to be? I'm just going to be a good leader, a religious leader, somebody who identify who are the majority. Where am I from? Where am I from? Okay, I'm from the northern Nigeria. Hey, it will be better to identify as a Muslim. It doesn't matter even if I don't believe in anything peaceful or anything progressive, anything developmental. But an average Muslim believes that once I have money and I have the army to rig the election, it must be the will of Allah. Because if Allah does not wish it, even if you spend all the money in the world, you will not win. That is the mentality. So politicians understand that. So because of that, they will come as Alaji, as Alaja, as Dickness, as Deacon, as Baba Ijo, Mama Ijo, philanthropist. Listen, so that at the first card is he a Christian or a Muslim? Because I don't want to vote for a Christian again. I want to vote for a Muslim. They say, okay, because Muslims, if they swear with Quran, Baba, in Alijana, they will face hellfire, everything they do, if they fail. So because of that, they will vote for him. Is Alaji. He's going to swear by Quran. That same Alaji will steal billion meant for hospitals. Will begin to take 10% from those who want to come and transact business with the country. It will begin to use the name of his own state to borrow money that is never going to spend on them. Since he's sworn by Quran, the poor man who believed that it was Allah that gave him the Alaji governor, what is he going to do? Is he going to fight for Allah? Since it was Allah that made him, and he believed that since he's sworn by Quran, he will receive his punishment in heaven. Alaye, if you are going to wait for them to be punished in heaven, you can wait for them to be punished in heaven. Okay? While you suffer here. I am not going to wait for them to be punished in heaven, because I don't even know if I'm going to your heaven or to anybody's heaven, because we have different heavens now. If I'm a Christian, we have our own heaven. If I'm a Muslim, our own Aljana is different. Same with the hellfire. So the different, Jahannama and hellfire. Hellfire, they even get different grade. It depends on your sin. So I don't know where I'm going to end. Do you understand that? So don't let me wait for politicians to go to heaven before they get punished. That is what we are trying to change. Where politicians are attaching religion disguise to hoodwink you. Since you cannot question God, are you going to question God? Do you want to go to hellfire? You say, I don't want to go hellfire. God will just punish them. Alaye, God is not punishing them at all. God is punishing you. You know why? Because God has given you brain. And he's just watching you like, how can you be so mumu? You are fasting and praying for me to touch the heart of the people that you voted for, big election for, or are supporting, defending. People that you are supposed to carry stick, carry cutlass, carry stone, chase them, enter bush. You are waiting for me to, and you are praying, fasting and praying. For what? Do you understand that now? So we are doing everything to make people understand that your religion is your personal relationship with your God. Do not let politicians continue to swindle you using that your religious emotion, because you all have right to whatever you believe in. You do. That is why when politicians feels like they have been cornered, the whole game don't set up. They quickly throw the religious card. Hey, you see them, they are attacking me because I'm a Christian. They don't like me because I'm a Muslim. When you are printing money, stealing money, did they print the money for Christian thieves? Or did they print the naira for Muslim thieves? Look at the thieves. all of us get our own representatives there. Oh, no, they beat your chest and say, we know they part of. Now these people, they steal. Alaye. Now all of them, they scam you. You just need to look at it from where they are. Now, these are the people who have destroyed the entire country. As we speak, they have demarketed the country. Human rights abuses is at zero, complete zero. Forget it. Now, person will be human, they get right. No be so. Have you seen how they are treating Nigerians? Is that how to treat human being? Some people are walking about calling themselves, I am human being first. I am human being first. Are you a Nigerian? You are Nigerian? Are you a proud Nigerian? Tell me the truth too. How are they treating you? Even policemen in Nigeria, how are they treating you? Are they treating you like human being? Every time they want to mess you up. Do they remember that you are a Nigerian? Do they even remember what rights you have? Do they know that? When they impoverish the entire country, where even poor people with small money in bank, buying themselves exotic cars, building themselves mansions with no electricity, but generator, inverter, generator. But they are rich people in their own eyes. Rich, but very poor. Because when you look at them, they are the people who are supposed to know that. How can you be living in a country? You are going to have to provide your own house. You have to provide your own water. You have to provide your own electricity. You have to provide your own security by making sure that in your every house you are planning, don't forget the burglary. Everybody is building a house, mansion, with burglary, like prisoners. You know, when you go to the maximum prisons in the Western world, you will see them. Those are the places where you will see security barbed wires. You know those barbed wires, those security electric wires, security fence. When you go to prisons in America, that's where you find them. When you go to prisons in the UK, that's where you find, and they have to be prisons of hardened criminals. In Nigeria, when you go to prison, you know if you see barbed wire, anything, you just see some hungry looking, unpaid wardens, very corrupt. That's the system. All right. But when you go to the rich people home, the one that feels like they are better than there are other millions of people living in squalor, the rich people, when you go to their houses, they believe they are rich. They provide their own houses, which is good, normal, right? They provide their own water. They have to drill their own borehole. They provide their own electricity. They have to buy a Meccano from Germany or Italy or anywhere that they bring Meccano, any generator to supply their own electricity. In order to feel safe, they have to make sure that they include burglary, like person, so that you can't escape. The escape there is that not for the prisoner inside to escape, but for the criminals outside to gain entrance, right? You have to build burglary. You see them, they will build beautiful houses, very beautiful palaces, yeah? Multi-million naira, billion naira properties, okay? Palaces, but they are building prison, right? They are protecting themselves from the 180 million poor people who are likely going to be thinking on how to kidnap them for money, right? That will not be enough. You will still have to build yourself fence. You know the funniest thing? In Nigeria, you will go to some places, they will say, this is an estate. Estate means you have a, what do you call it, internal security provided by the estate managers, Abi? So you don't even need a fence again. Go to those estates. Very, very expensive estate too. Go there. Lekki, Ikoyi, those beautiful places they tell you about. Go and see some of them. Inside their safe houses, they still have to build fences. They still have to put security barbed wires on them. You know why? Because some people are going to come in to come and take something that they believe that Nigeria, they are keeping for them. That is in Nigeria. And even at that, some rich among them, they still have to provide themselves their own security to go outside. Now, when they go outside, they will then have to drive on the terrible road, dirty, terrible, unkept road, run by some criminals in convoy, tinted glasses. You will see these private rich people. They will be driving on those jalopy road to show that they are rich and they are not affected. Since they are not affected, yeah, they will just go and buy themselves expensive SUVs so that when they enter gallop, they won't feel it. It will just be like, it's the poor people that will be like, oh boy, inside this downfall, my AC of my car don't knock. All of this. So which means there is no real rich people in Nigeria. Only some poor people who have money. Do you understand that now? Poor people with money. Then poor people without money. That's what you have in Nigeria. That is why, if you look at the categories of those who don't have jobs in Nigeria today, and if they look at what is coming, because this one are just warm up. Oh. You know when they say everybody warm up, like my brother, Prince Jejeman in London, Prince Jejeman, Buhari is a terrorist, push, he is a killer, push, Buhari is a murderer, push. You know that kind of warm up before the actual exercise. You see what is coming? Many people are still going to fall into poverty. Many businesses are still going to close up. Many of you who still have your savings ready, you are still going to, many of those savings, without you touching them, they are going to be cut into half. Let's start from how that started in the first place. Remember, when these people came in, this is the better explanation now, okay? When these people came in, $1 to a naira was 199 naira. Let's put it this way. Let's say 200 naira. It is still a devaluation of a collapsing country. Buhari just came. Buhari is the undertaker. Nigeria has been bleeding. Nigeria has always been at the precipice of extinction, total collapse, and total balkanization, right? But some people have been playing scam on everybody, trying to extend the day of doom, the doomsday, until Nigerians decided to bring a dead ghost, Buhari, from retirement to come and become the undertaker for Nigeria. You know the job of undertaker? Those people where they carry dead body. Those are where they carry Atigbe Mama Rele. Atigbe Baba Rele. Ile Lolo Tarara. If you are Yoruba, you understand. Glorious home call. You see those people that will be throwing the coffin. Some people, they were already, they put Nigeria inside an embalmment, right? For remove 6 years from 62 years. That would be 50, how much? 56 years. So for 56 years, some people were trying to play with the ghost of Nigeria, promising one Nigeria, one unity. The ghost, they chop alive, they kill people, and they kept it alive. It is the job of Buhari to come and bury Nigeria. You see, some of you may not agree. Buhari, APC, Egbekegbe, the jihadist government of Pantantami, which is called the pandemic. It's a pandemic. And so many of that is a pandemic inside the Buhari's government. All of them, they had just one job that they didn't tell us. When they said change, it don't make sense now. That change don't make sense. Don't make sense. If not, except now witchcraft. If not, with the level Nigeria has gotten to, even person will get mental problem, somebody will don't take the whole thing. They say if you're mad for 20 years, Baba, you are not really a madman anymore. You have been in a new state that eventually you would have probably figured it out. Nigeria and those in charge of Nigeria, they have been mad people for 56 years. 56 years. Now, one madman is doing the work of the Lord. If no be say person gets serious problem, you are watching your country burn. Well, not his country anyway. It is not his country. All of you have been deceiving yourselves. Okay? The job of the likes of a pandemic and co is to ensure that you have more Buhari, more Buhari in the future. That's why they are doing national identity number. So that's all you will need to become a citizen in Nigeria. You will not be able to get the NIN. But you see those from Chad, Niger, Mali, and the ones they are carrying AK-47 now, they are the real Nigerians in the future. Mo will give them their own Nigeristan. Break the whole thing up. The job of Buhari is to come and break Nigeria. Do you really think this is by accident? Is it cause? As they will say, they will say maybe not cause. Who cause who? Cause who? Cause Buhari to come and do the job of the Lord, the work of the Lord. Make everybody see the light that they have been lying to us all this while, Sha. So everything has scam. Oh, well, we know if we continue like this, so we don't want to be part of this anymore. Buhari is doing that job. Some of you may not give him the credit for it. He is insisting Nigerian unity is non-negotiable. Meanwhile, as the criminals who are claiming that Nigerian blah 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 is non-negotiable, everybody don't come out knife. People don't come out cutlass. People don't come out what do they call them? Saw. People don't cut their own parts small. Before you know it, you go just read them in the you will just read it in the breaking news. Oduduwa Republic declared independence. Who did it? Buhari. And when you look at those who also want to take over, you ask them, which country are they planning to take over? This same one, this same current one, where the person they are now trying to tell you we should take over, Tifnumbu, Mufu Oloshaoko of Bodilon, the Ashiwaju Awon Ole, Ashiwaju Awon Agbero. The one they are asking that you should take over. Now, let me give you an idea so that you will know that it is just from frying pan to fire. I don't even know, maybe not from frying pan, from fire to ashes. Now, everybody go burn, last. Mufu Oloshaoko of Bodilon, Ashiwaju Awon Ole. They asked him, what do you think we should do to stop all this problem, all the killings, the joblessness? Baba, what should we do if you become the president? Do you know what Mufu Oloshaoko Shangolere of Bodilon, you know what he said? Tifnumbu. He said, hold on, I want to come to that reality. Yeah. He said 33% unemployed. 33%. Boko Haram are recruiting our youth. How do we end all of this? Recruit 50 million youth into the army. What are we going to feed them? We'll give them cassava, agbado, ege, and some grass. We grow them here. Recruit. That is the solution. All of you will not get job. If you can't become Agbero, then they will recruit you into Tifnumbu's army. Maybe you could just go and die where you are not even useful. You are costing them money. Because every time they need people to go and protest and say they stand with Tifnumbu, they stand with Patan Tami, or they are standing with Ghost Lifeless Buhari, they will have to pay you 500 naira, pay you 1,000 naira. They are even paying some people 30,000 naira as we sell on social media. These are jobless people, officially jobless people. Now, that is costing them money. You don't know. How do you think now that Naira has completely crashed and they need their forex, they need to print more money? So all of you are asking for more money. And where are they going to find it from? Recruit 50 million youth. 50 million. They won't even pay you. Forget salary. What are we going to be feeding them? We will give them ege, cassava, àgbàdo, corn, maize, grass, like the cows. All of these things, we grow them here. Recruit and you will destroy Boko Haram. They are not going to give you gun. They're just going to, just send 50 million. Boko Haram no fit kill 50 million. Anybody wey dem kill finish, the rest go come back. The disabled one will go find something, we'll find level. You see the remaining, they will be doing their Sai Baba ongoing. Is that not what will happen? That's the solution. That is the man they are going to package for you. Same way, nítorí Ọlọ́run, because of I don't know. People said that we should not be using God, but we will be using God though, because I'm talking to people who are really believers, and I'm talking to my lives who don't believe much, but they also respect those who believe. Do you understand that now? The same way they packaged this coup counter coup, they are now bringing you recruit, and they are telling you that your life is going to change. Same people who told you that Mr. Counter coup will make your life better.
By
Watch
different
this.
people. Man of integrity, man of honor, incorruptible. Some simply say you are phenomenal in Nigeria's political landscape. How will you describe yourself personally? Who is Muhammadu Buhari?
Well, I like to start by praising teachers of my generation. I spent 9 years in boarding school, 3 years in primary boarding, and 6 secondary school. Now I think they do 5 years or 4, I don't know how many years. The teachers then, they were treating children and students like their own children. If you do well as a student, they praise you in the classroom and in the assembly hall, which is held daily, 6 times a week. If you misbehave, you will be flogged in front of your class or in the whole assembly hall. So the best out of you is brought physically and academically. You have to be well to survive. You have to do well, be doing well to survive. I was a class monitor. I was a junior prefect. I was a senior prefect. I was a head boy. I earned all those, and I know what I went through. But without good teachers, I wouldn't have been able to do it.
So who is Muhammadu Buhari?
I think I went through hell throughout my career in the military. I was a lieutenant in Lagos during the first coup, 15th January 1966. And if you bother about Nigerian history, you read coup, counter coup, civil war, coup, counter coup. I was all in it, including in detention for 3 and a quarter.
Oh dear, man. Honestly speaking, no joke. That's the man they sold them, the Mr. Counter coup. Nothing to remember him for. He doesn't even know himself. But people were telling him, even the interviewer was even telling him more about himself. You have Mr. Integrity, incorruptible, in blah, 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 blah. Who is Muhammadu Buhari? Then he started talking about his teachers, Mr. Counter coup. Last, counter coup. Yeah, you are. The jobless people's capital of the world. But Buhari no get job in 2015. They exhumed a ghost, gave him a job. And after that, more than 100 million people are jobless, living in abject poverty, frustration, desperation. Most of them are youth. That's the saddest part.